Hey, how's it going, guys? How's your Master 635 here today, and I'm bringing you a quick update on the tiers for Pokemon Blaze Black Volt White 2. A lot of tier changes have happened, most namely because of the new additions to some moves in the moveset, new abilities. I will also go over some new dudes that have gotten some notable changes. So today we're going to be looking at the OU and the OU-UU border type thing that we're kind of making. We're not really doing a borderline tier. We're just putting these Pokemon on the border to watch out to see if they can be good in the OU tier and are too broken for UU, if that makes any sense. So let's go ahead. First on the list we have Aerodactyl. Aerodactyl, it has the ability Rock Head normally, but the big change with Aerodactyl is that it now has moves to abuse it more with, being Double Edge, Brave Bird, Head Smash. Yes, so now you can probably run like a Home Claws and Double Edge, Home Claws, Double Edge, Brave Bird, Head Smash. I mean, it's pretty much a beast now. So next on the list we have Azumarill. Now Azumarill seems kind of odd, but when you look at the level up move changes Azurill got, it has Aqua Jet as a level up move change, which means that you are now able to run the Belly Drum Aqua Jet combination. So that is very threatening, especially with Rain being as dominant as it's going to be. So definitely gonna have to watch out for that. So next on the list we have Bronzong. Bronzong really didn't change too much, but with a lot of these new threats coming in, mostly like Superior, we're still uncertain if we want to keep Garchomp in there or not, but for now he is an SU. Bronzong really is a good counter to a lot of these Pokemon, so we're going to give him a trial run here in OU and see how it goes, so let us know. Next we have Cofagrigus. Cofagrigus now is Ghost and Steel type, which is pretty cool. One of the best combination of typings in the game. That means it now like has just pretty much almost perfect coverage. I mean, it's one of the few things that can really completely stop Weavile, and that's just all around good. I think you guys have seen plenty of matches where I use Cofagrigus or Nexus uses Cofagrigus, and it just works like a charm. And yeah, so moving on, we have Flygon. Flygon unfortunately does not have the stat changes that it had in Blaze Black Volt White 1. But it still gets Quiver Dance, and it gets Hurricane and Bug Buzz, all kinds of cool moves in its arsenal. So we're definitely watching out for that. Quiver Dance Flygon still as threatening as it always is, and that's pretty damn cool. Unfortunately, it does not get Dragon Dance though, so that's kind of sad. Next we have Kyurem. Kyurem has the ability Snow Warning now, which definitely cements it in the OU tier. Nothing really more to say about that. So next we have Mew. Mew got a lot of changes. Most namely, it got two new abilities, Magic Guard and Magic Bounce, along with Synchronize. Now it has three really good abilities, and you'll never really know which one it's gonna have. So yeah, we're just gonna definitely having Mew up here in OU because it's kind of threatening. So Raikou, this was my decision because it got Volt Absorb. It also gets Thunder, and with Rain going to be as dominant as it is, yeah, I just think Raikou with Volt Absorb is definitely could earn its place up here in OU, and that's pretty damn good. So next we have a Rotom Fan or Rotom Spin, whatever you want to call it. Rotom Spin, you guys have seen Rotom Spin before in my Blaze Black Volt White 1 videos. It unfortunately does not have Hurricane in this game. One of the few things that did not get Hurricane. So yeah, that was kind of interesting. Who knows if he'll maybe change that in later versions of the game, but for now it still has Speed Boost, and it still has 100% accurate Rain Thunders, and it still is a threat. So we'll definitely have to watch out for that thing. Sableye. Sableye got a lot of boosted stats. Let me go ahead and find him and tell you exactly. Okay, Sableye, now it has 60 base HP, 90 base attack, 90 base defense, 75 base attack, 75 base special defense, and 60 speed. So along with Prankster, it now has Recover as a level up move, which I guess is more, I don't know, good for it. It also gets Metal Burst. I'm unsure if it had that already or not, but with the increased bulk, I definitely think this thing is pretty good up here in the OU tier. So we'll have to try and see how that works. So Superior now with its Dragon typing and the contrary ability, it does get Draco Meteor and Leaf Storm to boost its attacks exponentially. It can also run Hidden Power Ground or Hidden Power Fire to work around really well. I suggest Hidden Power Ground to hit Heatrans, but that's just my set, and I also suggest run Substitute. So definitely earned its place up here. You guys have seen this thing do work before. It tears through teams if it gets an opportunity to, and it's really cool. So next we have Snorlax. Snorlax now has a more reliable recovery move, being Slack Off. You can still run like Curselax with Rest and Sleep Talk and all that shit, but we just thought we'd give Snorlax a try up here in the OU tier since it did get Slack Off, and it's pretty much a beast, and I really don't know why Snorlax isn't already in the OU tier. Like many people have said before, every other generation Snorlax has been in OU until now. So yeah. Next we have Suicune. Suicune now has the ability Water Absorb released. It is its Dream World ability natural, but now can run Water Absorb. So definitely a big problem there with Crocune being able to easily suck up the water weaknesses of the team. Pun completely intended. So next we have Weavile. You guys know me. I love Weavile. It has Technician, so that means it gets Technician boosted Fake Outs, Stab Ice Shards, Cut. Cut is a really good move to hit bulky water types like Suicune because it is base 60 power and Grass type in this hack. It gets Low Kick, Low Sweep to hit Steel types and stuff like that. And like I said before, really the only big thing that stops it is Kyurem. So Weavile really kind of frail, and it does have a Stealth Rock's weakness, so kind of running a good defensive core and running a spinner is a little bit necessary for it, or a bouncer as well. So definitely going to have to watch out for Weavile. She is a big threat. So next is Zapdos. As you saw in my last Blaze Black Volt White 2 battle, Zapdos did get Hurricane and Thunder. So now it is pretty much a gigantic threat with 100 base speed. I think it's 125 base special attack. This thing is pretty much a beast. And yeah, so Zapdos finally got its Hurricane, and that is really cool. So next we have the UU-OU border Pokemon. So these are Pokemon that are we just want to see how well they can work up in the OU and OU tier, but we're still kind of counting them as UU Pokemon. So first off, we have Blastoise. Blastoise, pretty much the reason we said this is we're giving him a chance up in OU is because he did get Shell Smash. He has Shell Smash, Water Spout, Aqua Jet, a lot of good moves to really work with the Shell Smash. So we're just going to have to watch out for him, see how he goes. Next is Farfetch'D. Farfetch'D got even more power in this hack. It now has 136 base attack and 122 base speed with boosted defenses to 70 and 75 respectively, and 62 base HP. So that is really amazing. It also still has the Fighting Flying type, which is a really good typing. Gets access to Hurricane. Don't really know how big of a deal that would be because seeing 136 base attack, definitely this thing is a physical attacker. Gets Stab Close Combat, Sacred Sword, Brave Bird. It gets a lot of good moves. However, the one thing that's nerfing it is it does have the ability Defeatist. So he gave the ability Defeatist to Farfetch'd to kind of nerf it a little bit. So Nexus still think this thing is completely broken. I think with the Defeatist, it's a pretty good check for it. So we're just going to have to watch out. So Next, we have Samurott. Samurott got boosted special attack to base 110, and it also got Shell Smash, the secondary typing of fighting, and a lot of good fighting moves like Sacred Sword, Close Combat, and Secret Sword to go along with it. So you could run a pretty damn good special or physical set for Shell Smashing, and it also got base speed of 75. Not much of a big change, but it is something. Gets a good coverage move of Earthquake, and it also gets low sweep from TMs, so we're just definitely going to have to watch out for Samurott. I personally love Shell Smashing Samurott, and we're just going to have to look at that. Watch out for him. Next is Scrafty. Scrafty's pretty much the same old Scrafty, but he did get Sucker Punch from TM, which is something really good for him. Scrafty being kind of slow. Me personally, I like the Bulk Up Shed Skin set, so with Sucker Punch, that's really cool for it to have. So it's kind of like, I guess you could say, a Toxicroak. You could run like Sub Bulk Up or something with it. So, yeah. Next we have Togekiss. Togekiss, I moved here. Really didn't change that much, but it did get access to Hurricane with the new TM change. So Serene Grace, Hurricane with like Thunder Wave support, and Air Slash for flinching. I kind of foresee that thing being a little bit of a problem, and it could be very annoying. So definitely going to have to watch out for him, or her, whatever the hell Togekiss is supposed to be. Next, we have Venomoth. Venomoth got access to Hurricane as well, and it did get a secondary typing of Psychic, and I believe it did get some stat changes. Let me go ahead and take a quick look at that. Let me find Venomoth here, Control F. Venomoth. Venomoth, yes, it did get a base 105 special attack and a base 100 speed, all taken away from a to a negative 10 from the attack stat, which nobody really cares about. So Venomoth could possibly actually be very good in UU with a Bug and Psychic dual stab. It is still weak to rocks. I personally preferred the poison typing because it could be toxic, but whatever, what you're gonna do. It does have the ability Tinted Lens, which is really good for hitting like pokes like Kyurem, for like, I guess, neutral hurricanes. It could just be a really good Pokemon. We're definitely going to have to watch out for this guy. So, Quiver Dancing, I guess sub-disable if you want to go Dean's route. Venomoth could be a problem. And next, we're going to talk about some Pokemon that got some notable changes in the stats or level up move changes, abilities, something like that. So, first off, we have Alakazam. Alakazam got pretty much just Aura Sphere, and I thought that was a pretty interesting, notable move change because it is a lot better than Focus Blast, obviously. So, next we have Celebi, and Celebi got two new abilities, being Magic Bounce and Magic Guard, just like Mew. So, pretty good. I'm gonna have to watch out for him, or her, whatever. Next we have Espeon. Espeon also did get Aura Sphere, so that's a pretty cool move for her to have. Next is Gastrodon. Gastrodon now has Counter and Mirror Coat, or yeah, Mirror Coat. So I don't know if it had those already, but I thought that was kind of interesting. So you could probably run like a Counter Mirror Coat Gastrodon of some type. So definitely gonna have to watch out for that thing. Jirachi. Jirachi also has the new abilities of Magic Guard and Magic Bounce. So fucking pretty much you're just gonna have to watch out. You're gonna have to take a guess which freaking ability this little fucker has, and yeah, it's gonna be annoying. So next, Jolteon. Jolteon really didn't change too much at all. I think it got like Volt Tackle or some bullshit from level up moves, which nobody will really use, but it did get the move Grass Knot through TM, which is really good to hitting those ground types and like Gastrodon to try to come in and dodge a Thunder or Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, whatever. So I thought that was a pretty good change to have to Jolteon's moveset, and yeah. So next we have Landorus Incarnate, and as you saw in my last video, Landorus Incarnate now has Sheer Force Hurricanes to abuse, and that is just powerful, and that is amazing. So next we have Metagross. Metagross has a new ability of Analytic. So coupled with his kind of slow speed, I guess that could prove to be powerful right there. So that's pretty interesting. Scizor has a Crab Hammer with the rain being so dominant as it will be, and it already is. I really like Choice Bandit Adamant Scizor with Crab Hammer, and it does fuck tons of damage. So yeah. Starmie has the ability Regenerator, so that's kind of cool. Just little notable fact. So yeah. Tentacruel no longer has the ability Rain Dish. I think it only has Liquid Ooze and Clear Body. So when you're saving shit, be sure to keep that in mind. So yeah, no more Rain Dish Tentacruel going for Trolley Protects and bullshit. So next up we have Thundurus Therian, which now has access to Hurricane, and also with the normal Thundurus form has access to Hurricane as well. But because Thundurus Therian is the only one in OU, that's what we're going to be looking at. So yep, definitely a big threat right there. I plan to run maybe like an agility set with the dual stab and maybe a hidden power ice, something to that effect. I don't know, but that's definitely very threatening, and we're going to have to look out for that. So next up we have Tyranitar, and Tyranitar has the new ability Battle Armor. I don't even know what it does. I just thought it was kind of interesting because it's a new ability for it. So last but not least is Volcarona. Volcarona now has access to Thunderbolt and Thunder. So like I said a couple times before already, with rain being as dominant as it is, Thunder and Hurricane Volcarona with Quiver Dance and like Bug Buzz could be definitely very devastating to teams. So I'm planning on trying that out eventually, and it looks pretty damn cool. So also Thunderbolt outside of rain could be very powerful. Would help against Heatrans. You wouldn't necessarily have to run I guess hidden power ground on it, because you do have something to hit Heatran strong with that is neutral. So yeah, definitely a lot of cool changes. Anybody that is still on the fence about playing this game, I hope these changes have opened up some doors for you about thinking about it. Yeah, be sure to leave a comment in the section below if I missed anything that you noticed. And yeah, so like I said, this video we just looked at the OU and UU Pokemon. Next will be the UU Pokemon. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, sub, all that good shit, and deuces.